Hello, folks. This is Steve AB4L. Nothing in this episode is a promotion, nor is it a recommendation. So I was doing something else and I got tired and I decided to see if there's anything new on Bleeping Computer. And this headline one right now, Philadelphia Enquirer operations disrupted after cyber attack. I've seen that building. Back in the early 1970s, I had a close friend, an investigative reporter, who worked for the Philadelphia Enquirer for a while. Let's see what they got to say. The Philadelphia Enquirer daily newspaper is working on restoring systems impacted by what was described as a cyber attack that hit its network over the weekend. The attack also disrupted operations, with newspaper circulation halting while Enquirer.com is only slightly affected. Now, I'm not going to go there. Why wouldn't I go there? How do I know it's safe? Oh, they said it's only slightly affected. How do I know the bad boys didn't get in there and if I go there, they download something to me when I click on one of their news items? While Enquirer.com is only slightly affected, with publishing and updating stories being impacted by intermittent delays. Now, there's a link. See, there's a statement on Enquirer.com that they're quoting, but I'm not going to go to look at it. The incident was the greatest publication disruption to Pennsylvania's largest news organization since the blizzard of January 7th, 8th of 1996. And it came just days before Tuesday's mayoral primary election. And then another person who speaks for the Enquirer says, "We appreciate everyone's patience and understanding as we work to fully restore systems and complete this investigation as soon as possible." See, they always say that. So the news organization detected the attack. Now, this is the key paragraph, I think. The news organization detected the attack after the content management system. Think of it like internal web pages where they compose the database system where the articles go in and the editors work it over and they schedule it for publication and all that stuff. Content management. The content management system went down on Saturday morning, days after it, meaning the Enquirer, was alerted of anomalous activity by Cynet Systems, a cybersecurity company that manages the Enquirer's network security. After the incident was detected, the Enquirer's publisher said the newspaper had taken down some computer systems due to anomalous activity. So the regular Sunday edition couldn't be printed following the attack and was only released online as an e-edition. And then they go on to talk about other things. alerted of anomalous activity by Cynet Systems, a cybersecurity company that manages Enquirer's network security. Usually when these attacks, like this thing with the Western Digital, they always seem to have exactly the same wordage, how they are working and have brought in the external cybersecurity investigators, but that's not what they're saying here. They're saying they already had them. So the question would be, what happened? Never heard of them. Cynet Systems. I'm not promoting anything. I'm not recommending anything. I've never heard of them before. But there's like 1,001 of them, aren't there? And they're not all in Israel, or maybe this one is in Israel. You know the Israeli ones are my favorites, right? Integrity, excellence, people, results. Now I'm looking at the way they pose the people there. Is that who works for Cynet? But wait a minute. It said this. Wait a minute. A Cynet Systems, a cybersecurity company. That doesn't look right. Cynet Systems, strategic staffing. It's a staffing agency. Workforce Solutions. SOW Services, whatever that is. Government. Careers, contact. Supplier diversity. A certified MBE, whatever that is. I don't even know what that is. MBE certification, online certification, recertification. Oh, National Minority Supply Development Council. Oh, Minority Business Enterprise certification. All right. I think I've heard of that before. I just didn't recognize it. Corporate social responsibility. They sound very woke. Cynet has evolved from being a mere staffing supplier. Look, when I came back, I once got a job with a kind of IT support company when I lived in Raleigh area. And they were a staffing company. And they advertised job slots that were open. And then I went and they interviewed me, and then they decided that I was appropriate. And then they sent me over to this IT support company, and they liked me. So then I worked for them, helping out in one of the banks in downtown Raleigh, a bank that was bought by a bigger bank eventually. Yeah, and I worked for them for, as a matter of fact, that's right. The actual manager of the support company was in Greensboro. I was working in Raleigh. I never met him face to face except once when he came to Raleigh. See, I'm just trying to get you to feel how far afield. Oh, but then when I got that job offer from that internationally known, internationally operating IT company, and I turned in my notice. Now, I know my mind is wandering. I turned in my notice, and the next day, I got a call from the manager who was in Greensboro, And he said that they would give me a $10,000 a year raise to stay with them. And I just kind of smiled and I said, thank you. But can you imagine that? I'm not kidding about that. Now, this is back 1990s. Can you imagine? Why weren't they already paying me that much already? You know? Anyway, back to this. Oh, all right. So Cynet has evolved from being a mere staffing supplier. That's kind of what I was talking about, how I got to get into that support company, to an engaged, involved community partner. Oh, okay. Cybernet's growth story is compelling, fascinating, inspiring. We have garnered attention from the media. They're patting themselves on the back at the top, but what do? This article over here said they're a cybersecurity company, right here. They're a cybersecurity company, but I haven't heard, right at the top, I don't see them talking about cybersecurity. Okay, Cynet is pioneering IT staffing and engineering consulting across the nation. How can they be pioneering it at this time? I told you that's in the 1990s. That's how I got. As a leading staffing and recruiting agency. See, it's the kind of company I work that sent me to. We match talented and qualified professionals with big and small companies across North America. So they're a placement company, according to the headlines here. They're an intermediary. Why would companies do this? Because they don't want to interview 50 people to find one. They'll trust these people to sort it out and send them 2 or 3, and then they'll pick one of them. Virtual but real. We may be. I'm not promoting. Okay, so this is their front page, but I haven't seen anything about cybersecurity yet. Our beliefs are. We'll get to the leadership later. Hang on, I'm looking for cybersecurity. Staffing services, engineering, technical, IT infrastructure, workforce solution, contingent workforce management. Contingent? They do executive hiring. SOW services. What's SOW? What's SOW services? What is statement of work? Simply put, the SOW is a governing document or services procurement is the category of spend being managed within a. Oh, here we go. Law Insider. This is the first time I've ever seen this stuff. Example of SOW services in a sentence. Modernizing medicine will continue to perform SOW services pursuant to existing statement of work. So, statement of work. Well, I don't know what that means. And we'll have no obligation to perform any change order requests unless and until. This is legalese. Wait a minute. Statement of work, Wikipedia. SOW. I've never read this before. This is new to me. So, is a document routinely employed in the field of project management. Okay. It is the narrative description of the project's work requirement. It defines project-specific activities, deliverables, time. The SOW typically also includes the detailed requirements and pricing with the standard regulatory and governance. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Software development. So they talk to you and they figure out how to write the SOW so that you can meet some kind of legal requirement, I'm guessing. Managed IT infrastructure service. Digital and futuristic consulting. At Cynet, we are not following the trend, we are building it. Here's some of the focal machine learning, blockchain, analytics. Okay, that's not what we want. IT infrastructure, staffing services. IT infrastructure. Look, I'm trying to figure out which part of them is a cybersecurity company. Philadelphia Enquirer have, according to their own words, has this company in there for cybersecurity monitoring or whatever. And they got hit. They noticed something, but they had to shut it down. Cynet prides itself on its ability to staff the best IT infrastructure and application resources. We have built a reputation in the industry for staffing the best skilled resources. See, they're an intermediary with several hundred consultants staffed in the IT infrastructure and application space. Anytime somebody says space, I just shake my head. Cynet prides itself in closing the gap by finding these resources. But what's that got to do with cybersecurity? Network engineers and architects, backup and storage engineer, help desk, DevOps, automation engineers, information security consultant, data center call center, legal. No, this is not it. Warehouse workers, industrial staffing, scientific. They're all over the. I'm trying to find the cybersecurity. Staffing services, company, government, software development, professional consulting, workforce solutions. I'm talking, where's the cybersecurity? Professional? No. Not. This just sounds like a staffing company. What are they talking about cybersecurity? I'm at the right place. IT product engineering, semiconductor, no. Application IT. Contingent workforce management. They can get rid of you if they want to tomorrow. Something like that. IT infrastructure. No, it's just circular. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the cybersecurity? Cloud engineer, data center, information security consultant. Yeah, we already went over that. What is this? I don't get it. Hang on. Cynet. It says Cynet Internet Security. Have I got the wrong one? Wait a minute. You see the symbol up here? Cynet Systems. Comprehensive cybersecurity made easy. Wait a minute. Let me go back to this. Wait a minute. Pardon my frog. All right. This is the news article on Bleeping Computer. And the name is Cynet Systems. That's the one I've been traipsing around in. But this is called Cynet. Hang on. Meet PsyOps Complementary MDR Team. Pardon me. It's a... All right, that just took... Can you see what problem I'm having? Pardon my frog. I have choked on something just before I started this, and I think it's still in my throat. I said I didn't want to go to the Enquirer.com, but wait a minute. Hang on. I wish it would... Bleeping Computer would stop doing this. There was a link. Why doesn't the link show now? Oh, the rendering changes when I... The rendering changes? Why does it keep doing that? By the way, I put up the video about Bleeping Computers layout. I got a reply from the head guy. He thanked me for the heads up. Okay, here it is. I'm going to take a chance. The Philadelphia Enquirer's operations continue to be disrupted by a cyber incident. It was unclear when systems would be fully restored. All right. Hang on. May 14th. Today's the 16th. I want to see if this names the company that's helping them. Hughes said the company has notified the FBI. A spokesman for the FBI Philly office said it was aware of the incident and declined to comment. The interruption of services raises questions about the Enquirer's cybersecurity practices and infrastructure, and it comes as news organizations and other companies are seeing growing online threats such as ransomware. It's unclear when the apparent cyber... Now, this is the Enquirer itself, not secondhand by way of Bleeping Computer writer. It's unclear when the apparent cyber attack began. Hughes said the news organization was first alerted to the anomalous activities on Thursday, May 11th by Cynet. This is the first time I'm reading this. This is the first time I'm reading this. First alerted to the anomalous activity on Thursday, May 11th by Cynet, a vendor that manages our network security. Right here, it says Cynet Systems. This is the first time I'm figuring this out, folks. You know, when I worked for the internationally known, internationally operating IT company, basically, this is what I did every day with customer problems. And one of the things that you have to kind of pay attention to is who is saying what to you and what do you think they mean and how much do they understand what they're talking about. Now, that's not saying that I was brighter than my customers. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to pay attention to what people say to you because sometimes they are unintentionally very misleading. So I started this thinking it was interesting because I knew of somebody who worked as an investigative reporter for the Enquirer a long time ago. He was a close friend. He lived upstairs from me. And I just took it that the person doing, but this is the Enquirer talking, that the person writing at the Bleeping Computer knows what they're talking about. And that's how I ended up going to Cynet Systems. But when I take the systems off of the search and just do Cynet, I get a different company. That says that it's in the cyber attack security business. The other one's in staffing. Comprehensive cybersecurity made easy. If it was so easy, how come the Philadelphia Enquirer is having trouble? Yeah, but the other side is evolving all the time, and they outnumber us actually, and they get together and they work together. Do you ever wonder if these cybersecurity solution companies ever work together? All right, hang on. Cynet Systems, hang on. I'm going to try something here. I'll bet this is not an Israeli company. Meaning, you won't find, hang on. Leadership. You know, I always go and see who the big boys are. Ashwani Mayur. Nikhil Badhiraja. Nick is the founder and co-CEO. Based on their names and their appearances, they come from someplace way east of Israel. Cynet Systems and Cynet Health, Washington, Baltimore area. Manipal Institute of Technology. Karnataka, India. Manipal is a city in Karnataka state of India. The two places you know that's in Karnataka state are Mysore, which is known for its talc, and Bangalore, which is known for its IT people. Okay, so they're not Israeli. The other guy is probably from India too. Okay. Shall we find out where this guy's from? I said they're probably both from India. Let's just try. Let's see if they'll let me in a second time. Okay, he's not so forthcoming about what his background is. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, like here, Varun Gupta. Varun, I've known guys named Varun and Gupta. That's Indian, and they're at that company. And Needhi Paul. Oh, and Arpit Paul. They might be sister and brother, and Parikh Matu, and yep. Basically India. Okay. A lot of my colleagues were from India, about 1/3 of the group I worked with. So let's look at this other company that actually says that it's in cybersecurity, now that we've worked out what these people are. And I'm going to say that I was misled by actually believing what I read on Bleeping Computers. Do you think I should tell the big guy about it? I got his return address. Okay, these guys are cybersecurity. This is the first time I've come to this website. See, I have fun with this stuff. The Cynet difference, end-to-end protection, natively automated. We are automation first. We put your day-to-day manual security operations on autopilot to reduce stress and allow you to focus. So it may have been on autopilot and there was something in there that detected, quote, an anomaly, and they're saying we look closer and we see that they got in. So they at least said they got in. How about keep them from getting in? Ease of use. Simplified security for lean IT system teams. Fast to deploy with light speed and autonomous distribution across any environment and simple configuration. Cynet is up and running in hours. Okay, so they're quick to get in there. They dig in, takes less than a day, whatever. They make the beach landing. The question is, can they fight off the counterattack like at Normandy? Cybersecurity on autopilot. Well, that's an approach. Now we're looking at the team. Do we think they're American? You know I've done this before. No. These three people, no. I don't think so. About us. But that's what we just, oh, there's the team. Oh, wait a minute, here's the leadership. This is the first time I'm looking. Uh-oh. 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 Eyal Gruner. The first name is Israeli. Netanel Amar. Oh, that's Israeli. Now, Bruno Darmon. Nir, which is a common male name. Donitza. Danielle Klein. Aviad Hasnis. Dror Nahumi. These are Israeli names. Alan Feld. Yeshai Klein, that's an Israeli name. Averi Schwartz, Yiddish name. Shlomo Kramer. Shlomo is Solomon. Boston, London, Milan, Berlin, Tel Aviv. We are Cynet. We believe the comprehensive site security doesn't have to be complicated, and we're out to prove it every day. Leonardo da Vinci, one of my heroes, says simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, is part of our DNA. We won't rest until any organization, regardless of their resources, can rest assured that they are protected from all cybersecurity threats, except the Enquirer. Our core values are courage, that sounds Israeli. Agility, that's Israeli. Challenger mentality, that is Israeli. All-in personality, team first, accountability, and customer obsession. Sounds like me when I was working. Let's see if we can get this picture bigger. Copy image, save image as open in new tab. Lot of beards, lot of beards, lot of beards. Can't tell where they are. So it is Israeli. You see how you can really get off the track if you take literally? I had to go to the original source to get this straightened out, didn't I? I'm looking at what was said here and I'm going, what did they hire that company for? They're a staffing company. That's not cybersecurity. And I was right. And the author of this one, hey, Sergio, you screwed up. Sergio, you screwed up. Let's see where he is. He's got dark glasses on. Do you think we can trust him? Oh, I'm gonna contact him. I'm gonna tell him he screwed up. Hang on. Why doesn't it? Oh, copy email address. Hang on. Oh, yeah, he's at Bleeping Computers. I'm going to send him a note. I'm going to send him a link to this. I just talked to the head guy there. Now I'm talking to this guy. Let's find out where he's from. And I was correct about those people not being Americans, right? Bleeping Computer, Twitter, Muckrack, I know he's a professional writer. LinkedIn, cybersecurity tech reporter. Let's see if the incognito will work again. Now, first thing we do is we're looking at this and we see that it spells his name a little differently. And we're going to find that this LinkedIn page is not in the United States. Can we guess what the country abbreviation will be? Can we guess at it by looking at this? Okay, it's not Portuguese. It's not Italian. I'm going to guess Romanian. And the reason is, now I could be completely wrong. Romanian, the language, is Romantic language. What does that mean? French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, but not English. And Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, French are derived from Latin, but so is Romanian. The Roman Empire in a different direction. You knew that, right? I think this is the first time I've looked it up. Romania. Yes, Romania. And I told you why. Because the spelling of what was written there, to me, looked like it had a same kind of spelling root as Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese. And I was correct. It is Romanian. Score one for the home team. Okay, folks, enough. I had fun with it. And why did I decide to do this? I'll say it at the end. One day, my friend from upstairs came to my apartment and asked if I would help him. He had done a article which ended up not being published in preparation for the mayoral race that year, 1971, November. And the Democratic candidate was let's see if the search engine knows. Philadelphia, now they're going Philadelphia 2023. Mayoral candidates Philadelphia 2023. And we're going to change this to 1971. New York Times, November 3rd, 1971. I was already in Israel. Rizzo, Frank Rizzo, formerly a police captain, Philadelphia police captain, formerly the police commissioner, and then mayor. Frank Rizzo, who did he run against? Thatcher Longstreet. I haven't looked. Thatcher Longstreet. Thatcher Longstreth, excuse me. Thatcher Longstreth. Frank Rizzo won. The 1971 mayoral election took place on November 2nd, 1971, to fill the 182nd mayoral term in Philadelphia, with Democratic nominee Frank Rizzo defeating Republican Thatcher Longstreth. I haven't read this before. What was I saying? Oh, my friend who was the investigative reporter he was assigned to do an article that was to be published just before the election. And his target was Frank Rizzo. And he came to me and he said, I have 3 boxes of materials that I've collected to back up what I wrote in the article, which didn't get published. And if word gets out, some people may try to seize the stuff. Would you be willing to hide one of the boxes under your bed? This article was to be published in the first week of October. And he came to me a little before that. And he showed me examples of what he wanted me to hide under my bed. And I did. But then, about 10 days later, he came back and collected it. And that's my connection with the 1971 mayoral race in Philadelphia. And I got off on the wrong track because I took to heart what this person wrote, this guy from Romania, and he screwed up, and I'm going to let him know after I publish this. And I don't care how boring it is for him to watch his way through it. Steve AB4, just having fun. There is an Israeli connection. Cynet is Israeli, actually. And some of it you would see involves some mind wandering, saying, see you in 73.